I know
Yeah.
that there's certain car brands that are really pedantic about the modifications that you do on their cars. What are some of the run-ins that you've experienced with those brands? I know that some people want to keep their branding, their professionalism, but of course, once you buy a car, I mean, you want to have fun with the toy, right?
Yeah, remember when you do modify a car, there are risks that you take. You know, a lot of people
Mm.
think that you modify the car and there's zero risks. I mean, from a manufacturer perspective, it's quite clear in the instruction manual that any sort of upgrades or modifications to the vehicle will void the warranty. So you get a lot of people that obviously try and modify the vehicles without the manufacturers knowing, or try and do upgrades that they won't get caught. So from a manufacturer side of things, whatever you do to the vehicle, whether you interfere with the sound system or you add a spoiler kit or any way, any sort of upgrades to the vehicle can result in you losing the warranty of the vehicle.
Chat to us about the market of modified cars. What does that look like? Is there a space where people are buying these cars that are modified? And what are they looking for?
Well, the market in South Africa is quite huge. You know, it's
Mm.
most probably one of the biggest in Africa. You know, we're
Wow.
seeing an upsurge of clients that coming from all over Africa that coming to do upgrades. So the biggest issue that you'll have with it is obviously the cost of upgrades. So good upgrades cost a lot of money,
Mm.
and cheap upgrades end up costing you a lot of money in the end because a lot of things can end up breaking. So when it comes to modifying cars, you got to understand that the risks involved with it. So it's always good to explain to customers out there, what are the pros and what are the cons. And a lot of times people don't tell you the cons because more than likely, there's a feeling that you might not get a say.
Malcolm, there was a particular color or tone of black that was banned because it is absolutely invisible in the nighttime, right? Especially knowing that some streetlights don't particularly work. What are some of the colors and modifications that have been banned because of how dangerous they are?
Well, the most important thing to notice about band stuff is like when you wrap your car, a lot of guys wrap the cars and change the colors of the vehicle. So if the car comes white and you decide to wrap it in black, and next minute you go through a traffic camera and it flashes you and your car is black, and you can always contest that and say, look, I have a white car, but there's a picture of a black car. So
Mm.
when you do wrap the car and you do change the car, there is, the law does say that you have to, apply for a color change in the vehicle, So dark cars, I mean, it's at nighttime, it is difficult to see a dark car, things like dark lights, etc. So changing the color of a car is definitely a no-no without getting, the license department to confirm that the car or the change of color has been changed on the vehicle.
Malcolm, as we wrap up, can you quickly just chat to us about the work that you guys do at VAG Motorsport? You've got a loyal customer here. His name is Fiso, and he does not stop raving about you guys. What do you guys do there?
So we specialize in VW, Audi, Porsche, BMW, and some of the Mercedes models. So we're the importers and distributors for quite a few of the international brands in South Africa. All our products have been, properly tested and designed and developed by engineers specifically for the vehicle. So the products that we bring in, we basically supply, we fit, we do all the upgrades in the vehicle, we do all the maintenance on the vehicles. All our stuff, has been developed by an engineer for a vehicle. So it's not like a lot of the other people who see something and then they build something based on the original product. Our stuff has been thoroughly and properly tested with an average of 6 to 18 months worth of R&D. That means we test for altitude, we test for fuel quality, we test for temperatures, we test for track, and we also make sure that when we're putting a product out into the marketplace, that it is developed and designed for your vehicle with minimal impact to the vehicle from a safety perspective.
Listen, we've driven with Fiso and it's probably the quickest time we got home. Where can we find you? Because trust me, we would love to do whatever you did on his car.
So we are based in North Riding, 34 Northlands Retail Park, Epsom Avenue, North Riding. We're not far from Lanseria, so we're on the way to Lanseria.
Amazing stuff.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Upside. That was Malcolm Perumal, the owner of VAG Motorsport, talking about modifying the cars. I wanted to ask him